Maldives President Mohammad Miuzzu has requested China to intensify efforts to send more tourists to his country amid a diplomatic row over derogatory remarks by his ministers against India and Prime Minister Modi. Miuzzu's comment come as he is on a 5-day state visit to China. He and his ministers are facing flack for criticizing Prime Minister Modi over his Lakshadweep visit and passing derogatory statements about him. Following this, the Indians have cancelled their trips to Maldives and pushed for Indian tourism instead. Although the ministers were suspended following their remarks, more and more Indian people are cancelling their trips to the archipelago. Notably, Indian tourists were the highest among visitors to the Maldives till December 2023. Amidst this row with India, Miuzzu also called China one of its closest allies and developmental partners. Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava, international affairs expert, is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Mr. Srivastava, this is also becoming an international flashpoint, as you know, every prominent platform, a world platform, international platform is talking about this. Maldives is perhaps, bitten off more than it can chew. It is perhaps, punching above its weight. India contributes towards 11% of the tourism in Maldives, and if we decide to cancel, this is going to be shooting itself in the foot kind of a scenario for the country of Maldives.
Yeah, certainly, Vineet. I think Maldivian President Miuzzu and his administration, they are certainly shooting at their feet, and this will not do any good to the Maldivian economy if India turns away from Maldives. And obviously, at this point of time, because of the several, political posturing which the Miuzzu and his party did during the last elections, and the kind of India out, etc., kind of a thing they did against India, is certainly not going to do any good for Maldivian people. India is the fastest growing economy, the largest democracy on the planet, and it's a very huge, big power and a very significant and most important power in the Indian Ocean region. And if with this kind of India, Maldives, deteriorates its relationship, then it will be very harmful of our Maldivian economy. And our intent and our kind of determination has been very much demonstrated by the visit of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to Lakshadweep. And Lakshadweep is going to be emerging as a top tourist destination, and it will be certainly a better alternate to the Maldives tourist spots. So I think kind of approach Maldivian government is showing. Obviously, they are attempting to distance themselves away from India, and they want to appease a certain sections of the Maldivian political establishment. But I think, in my assessment, Maldivian president should be very, very careful, because India is a country which has helped Maldives in hours of crisis, like Operation Cactus in 1988. And the medical evacuation, where several connectivity projects, all sorts of support system India had provided to the Maldives, and the previous dispensation of the Maldives Sole administration has had a very good and close ties with India. So I think, and India is, as I said, the most important consequential player in the Indian Ocean region. So I think if Maldives has to protect its national interest, then they cannot do anything against India. It's their decision to do and go wherever they want to go. He first went to Turkey. Earlier, the president used to come to India. Now he is in China. So I think this kind of a posturing which Maldivian government is showing is a clear attempt to distance themselves away, at least to project to distance themselves away from India. And the kind of derogatory remarks came from the several ministers of Maldives that was certainly, was a harmful act which they did, and obviously they have been suspended. I think, in my assessment, I believe Maldivian government ultimately they will realize that what kind of wrong approach they have taken towards India. But it is my suggestion that if they visit better, then it will be good for them.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.